Good morning, everyone. This is Teresa from Aseret Studio. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick flip through of my latest journal. It is a 5-ring binder. It's a Better Homes and Gardens new garden book. It's a 1975 edition. It is in terrific shape. I've Mod Podged the cover, spine, and backside, so it's easier to clean if you happen to get something on it. And let's go ahead and just jump right in. So the inside cover and the back inside cover, I've left those with their original papers. If you choose to purchase this and would like me to add some patterned floral paper here, some heavy cardstock scrapbook paper, I can go ahead and do that. You just kind of let me know when you send me an email if you choose to purchase it from my Etsy. So I've left the forward and the first page in. It's a 1975. I have gone ahead and covered maybe a third of the tabs, and if you order this, I'll send, I think I have 4 or 5 for each one. I'll send some additional ones, and you just simply put glue on it and squeeze that over. So most of the album is all sewn paper by me. So you've got lots of these pockets that are made out of heavy-duty double-sided scrapbook paper. Got some graph paper here. Some of the original pages. Most sections have 2 to 3 of the original pages. You've got a fold-out sheet here, just some plain paper, some scrapbook paper, original pages. Got another pocket here, double-sided, and some little, got a little note card here, and another place to put some notes. Sorry, flip that around. Some couple original pages, punched piece of cardstock. You've got some of those Edith Holden garden pages that are just beautiful. And then on the back side of this one, you have 2 tuck spots. You've got tuck and a tuck with a vintage playing card. And this is one of my little booklets that I like to make out of tissue paper from old patterns. And it's got a little tab on it and a little garden saying there. And you've got another piece of that really pretty scrapbook paper, very heavy duty. And I like to use these Viewmasters as little tuck spots. So I sew those across, and you've got a little notebook here with some lined paper, and then a handmade tag that if you untie that, it's about 1 foot long. And you can journal in that. So tuck that in there. Got beautiful paper here. You've got a belly band, some punching done. You've got a fold out here with a floppy disk envelope with a few Tim Holtz embellishments in there that you can use. Page from a garden book, lined paper to journal. You've got some tea-dyed paper, stamped. You've got an old-time cigarette card here with some chrysanthemums on that. Rose section. You've got a fold out from an Ideals magazine, and it has quite a few things regarding gardening, things like that. You've got some hand stenciling here by me, vintage postcard. And you've got another postcard, and this one's very vintage, has some people, it looks like they've been picking flowers. It'll be fun to play with, maybe do some mixed media, or use it as a journaling card. And then this is a page from an old children's book about flowers, so it's made a nice pocket. And you've got a little more hand stenciling here, and a vintage card that goes in the rose section, and you could definitely do some journaling in that. You've got a children's book page here with some space to write on, some hand stamping, some nice note paper that's been stitched together, some tea-dyed paper with some stamping. I like to use vintage sheets to edge and make pockets in my journal, so it adds a little color to these pages. You've got another pocket here, some heavy-duty scrapbook paper, and you've got an old check register from the 1930s, and some old stationery, the envelope and the paper with butterflies on them. And got one of these cards. I've got it in upside down. It's letter L, and you can flip it out and journal on it. And I've stenciled the back. Then you've got a fold out here that has, I think there's 8 sheets of lined paper, so it's a nice little notebook there. And the back side is, let me dig in there. I have a yellow envelope, a piece of paper that I've done a little mixed media on that you could use for a tag or something. It's from an old Fern book, and then some Tim Holtz cards that you can use for journaling cards or making tags or whatnot. And then on the back side of this, flip it over, you have another pocket. It's a double pocket. I've done a little mixed media here, and I've made the tag, and you can also journal on the back of that tag as well. Got a little hand stamping here, one of Tim Holtz's flowers. A page from an old children's book, a hummingbird. Got another page with some vintage fabric on one side, and you've got an old card that's got some writing paper stitched on the inside. Tuck that in. I like to use old calendar pages in my journals, so you've got this beautiful image on the inside, and then places to journal or add things on the back side of each. You've got another pocket in your vegetable section, and I've got a little notebook here. And then this is another page that I've stitched, and you can actually add glue and make a tuck spot somewhere, so you can add that somewhere else in your journal. You've got some hand stenciling here, and I've sewn on some bee fabric to add some color to the edges. And you have an old recipe card and that fabric trim. It's a cloth trim that I've sewn onto both sides. Got a page from an old gardening book with a fabric tab with writing paper on the back side, and another nice pocket, and another tag made out of an old flashcard, journaling paper on the back. And then you have 4 sheets of these, I'm going to forget what they're called, these round stickers that you can, hole protectors, and I've put some of my ink over that so they kind of blend in if you add those to any pages that might need reinforcing. Got a pocket made out of an old typing manual, some nice scrapbook paper, some more tea-dyed paper and hand stamped with that hexagon look. Some more vintage sheets that I've used to line the edges of these little pages. Plenty of places to write or add things. And I've used a piece of my, an old vintage quilt that I have to create, I've sewn that on to create a nice pocket. And you've got a little notebook here, just a bunch of those tiny little notebook pages. So I'll tuck that in there. Some more of those Edith Holden pages. Beautiful images, just beautiful. And then we're on to, this is just a piece of green gingham paper, and I have stitched on a seed packet to some cardstock to make it more durable, and that's a pocket. And just another sheet of paper that I've stenciled, and some more stenciling and stamping. And I've included the back index tab divider, and then a page from that, and then you have this protective sheet here. And let me flip that over. So if you are interested in this journal, it'll be in my Etsy shop later today, and you can read the description to find out how many pockets and pages and such. And this also comes with a 2-yard long tie of 2 different fabrics. And I'll obviously press that again and wrap a nice bow, but it's 2 yards long, and you can certainly use this for anything you'd like. If you want to cut it apart and make page ruffles, stitch some of it together to make more pockets, whatever, but I always like to enclose something to keep the journal shut and give a little extra fabric for people to use. So that is my latest journal, and I hope you enjoyed watching me go through it. I'd love to hear some comments of what you think, and maybe something that you notice in my style that you like, or you think there's something else that I should include. So thanks again for watching, and have a great Friday. Bye-bye.